Okay, so I'm going to start because I know that we all are pressed for time. Time is very important. So thank you, Jacqueline and Amy, for joining us live. We're so excited that you're here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I started coaching. I actually started coaching 2 years ago, and I started out coaching as just a discount coach. So I'm going to tell you my whole backstory. I actually I had a friend who had posted a picture, transformation picture, and was posted a call out for an accountability group. And I was like, wow, I really need an accountability group. I need the support, and I need a transformation. I felt like crap. So I joined her accountability group, and I loved it. I loved being able to actually check in to something, and I got results, obviously. So I'll be quick about the accountability group because you two are both in accountability groups, so you know what we do. So at the end of it, she was like, wow, you posted a lot. You did a lot in the group, and you're super motivational and fun. Like, you should be a coach. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to be a coach because I don't have time. At the time, my son was 3 and my daughter was 5. She's in preschool. He was having multiple therapies a week, 5 days a week therapies. My son Brock has special needs, if you guys don't know that. And so I was constantly on the go. And I just told her I didn't have time and I wasn't going to be a salesperson. She let it go. She said, okay, that's fine. And then I joined her group for a few more months, and she quit having the group, or she quit letting me be in a group. So I completely freaked out because I didn't know what I was going to do without the accountability group, because I was not a personal motivator. I could not motivate myself. And I actually had a family friend who reached out to me and was like, hey, are you still doing this 21-day fix? And I said, yeah. And she asked me to be in her group. And it was like, oh, hallelujah, because I didn't know how I was going to do it without an accountability group. I'm like freaking out. So I joined her group. And then after a few weeks, she asked me if I was still drinking Shakeology. And I said, yes. So she said, you want to be a discount coach? And I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I wanted to get a discount. So I was like, yeah, sure, sign me up for that. I had no clue I could do that. So I joined her accountability group, and I was going to therapies every single week, and people were noticing that me from February and me to June, and they're like, who are you and what are you doing? And I just started sharing, like, I'm doing this group, I'm doing this, I'm eating clean, I'm exercising, like, this is what I'm doing. And I just started like naturally sharing and telling people, like, you should do this with me because this is awesome. Like, I feel so, so good. And so I eventually had some people join, and they joined this group with Brittany, who invited me. And there were 3 people that I ended up, she said to me, I was like, hey, can you put these people in our group? And she was like, well, let's sign them up under you, and then you just support them. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even think about that. So that's what I did. But then she, I'm sorry. Did you guys hear that? Okay, sorry. There's like a loud boom noise. I know it's probably my kids that are still awake. So anyway, so I had these people who joined us in our group, and Brittany, who was my coach, eventually she quit coaching, and I had to take over the group. And I was scared to take over an accountability group, but I realized that what this accountability group had done for me it didn't just get me this transformation and give me more energy, but I was able to not just run through the McDonald's drive-through and get my kid a Happy Meal and have her eat on the way home so I could take a nap when my son took a nap and put on cartoons for her. Being a part of this accountability group is what gave me my life back. I'm going to cry, probably. Sorry. I'm a crier. I know Megan said she didn't hit the crying stage till she was 40, but I've always been like that. So I blame it on my mom. But I was already almost denying Taylor of time that I could have been spending one-on-one with her. And because I needed to take a nap, because I wasn't taking care of me. And I'd worked on my health and fitness before, but it was the accountability group. That is what really got me back to me and made me realize that is what I was missing. So from that day forward, when I realized that, I said, I will never not do another accountability group, because even though when I first started, I said, I want to lose weight, it was about more than that. And you never know, even when people may say that they just want to lose weight, you never know what they're really going to transform and become by having this support system and by having these groups to hold them accountable. So basically that's my backstory. And I began actually coaching like a year and a half ago. But as coaches, what we do, we invite people to join us. I mean, I just naturally came about for me because I had a transformation and people could see that I felt better. Obviously, I was just like radiating and wasn't chugging coffee all the time at therapies anymore. We share what we're doing. We do these accountability groups, but my coach quit on me, guys, and this is not something that we're just going to say, oh, great, you're a coach now, go ahead and do your group. Like, this is a complete team effort. As you can tell, like Megan and Lindsay, we're all in these groups together. We're not going to just throw you out and not give you any support and guidance. We're going to do this together. And as a coach, that's what we do. We share, we invite, and we want to change people's lives. So we do the groups together. So that's my story, and that is what we do as coaches briefly. And Lindsay is going to chat about what coaches are and what coaches are not.
Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up? Yes? No? Yeah? Awesome. Hi, good evening. Okay, so I was a little hesitant about coaching to start with. I watched Kirsten from the sidelines for a really, really long, like stalkerishly long time. Like, it was probably kind of creepy. And like, I literally wanted nothing to do with Beachbody because I had already done a couple different things, and I was like, I don't understand how this is going to be any different, because I just bought the program, and then was like left to fend for myself. So I was like, how is this going to be any different? So when I finally decided I was going to do it, I was still on the fence, and I think I stayed on the fence for a couple weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember. And she had like went ahead and invited me into these groups. And when I got in this group, I realized that it was like nothing like what I thought. So supportive. And it was a whole bunch of people that were just like me and completely opposite from me all at the same time. And none of them were perfect. Oh my gosh, they were all hot messes. It made me feel right at home because, like, seriously, Megan cries all the time. That was not a joke when she said Megan cries. Like, she cries all the time. And you almost start to expect it, but you would think at some point it would get old, but it doesn't, because you know that it comes from her heart. Like, it's so cool. I'm not even going to lie. It's so cool to watch her cry all the time because you know that she's, like, genuinely into it. So as coaches, we are not perfect. There's nothing about us that's perfect, not even close. We are not personal trainers. We learn form, we learn technique, we learn all of that from what we learn and watch on our fitness videos. So when we're doing them, they're telling us form just like they were telling you on your videos. So, like, that's how we learn. We're not personal trainers by any means. We are not nutritionists. We aren't. Like, there's nothing about us that are nutritionists. I was so wrong. Like, I thought I had food down. Like, I have some major binge eating issues. I just do. Like, it's an anxiety thing, and it kicks in and I don't know I'm doing it. And then, it's just a bad deal. But I thought I knew what I should have been eating. I was decently right. But these containers have completely changed my outlook on food. So we don't have to be a nutritionist because the company has those for us, and they've already done all that when it comes to containers. We are obviously not technologically advanced because we failed at setting this up like several times. Like, I had literally never used this app until this evening, like a half hour ago. I was like, can we try this? And she was like, yeah, sure, I'll send you an invite. And it worked perfectly. And then we went to go do this, and it was like 5 minutes later, we had to do a re-invite because it was all wrong. Like, nothing about us we don't know technology. We're all still learning like Instagram and Facebook and like little knickknacks and quirks here and there, and we fail all the time. We're like, oh, by the way, did you know that Instagram doesn't like this and Facebook does? So all the time it's like a constant learning curve. We do not have this down at all, not even close. And we are totally not at our goal weight. A lot of us are not. Like, some of us are, don't get me wrong. Like, some of us have been in it long enough that we are, and some of us are not. Like, I am not bikini ready. I am a river rat, born and raised, like, on the Ohio River since basically the day I was born, except for I was born in February. That would be a little cold, but you know what I mean. And I used to have like a huge bikini collection, like huge, like envious. People would be upset if they knew how many I had. I literally threw them all away, I think. And I hid from the river for like 2 years because I was afraid of what I looked like. And I am nowhere close to where I want to be. But this has been really empowering, and it's brought a lot of like self-love, that place that you should be anyway. You should love yourself regardless of where you are. It doesn't matter if you're 20 pounds off your goal weight or 120 or 200 pounds, you should still love yourself. It doesn't matter. And I think that's a big thing for people. A big deterrent is, well, all these people are super fit. They know what they're doing. They're so close to their goal weight. That is not true. A lot of us are not even close. So I don't want people to think that. That's not a thing. That's not really who we are. Who we are we're motivated and we're trying. That's what makes a difference. It's like, we really try, and we're dedicated to helping other people try. Like, that's what we want. You try and you fail, that's fine. Just try again. No big deal. Like, that's who we are. We're not, like I said, we're not perfect. We work out daily. We drink our shakes, and we try to be, well, I was going to say we try to be normal, but that's a lie. We just try to be us. We're entertaining. We love ourselves. And that's kind of what we want for everybody else. We want to be not just somebody that you go to for fitness and to try to keep you on track, which we want to do, but we want you to be you. We want you to find out who that is. And I don't even know how to say it. It's inspirational. Like, that's what we want. And I don't mean it to be like we're puffing ourselves up saying we want to be inspirational to you guys, and we want you guys to be great coaches and inspire people, which we do. But it almost sounds like an overinflated sense of self or something. I don't know. It sounds like boastful, but we just want people to love themselves. When you're happy, you take care of yourself. It's a cycle that feeds itself too. When you take care of yourself, you love yourself a little more. And I think part of that's just being normal, owning up to who you are and not trying to fit into standards. Just be you. So that's what we are and are not as coaches. So I hope that when you look at us, you see that, and you can tell that we don't try to be personal trainers. We don't try to be nutritionists. We don't try to be perfect. We are hot messes, and we own it, and we like it. I guess that's all I have to say. I really hope that you guys see that and enjoy it. And I hope that it kind of inspires you to want to do the same thing. Because I think both of you that are on here right now, and anyone that watches this later, I think you guys have something you can share with people. We all have our own little unique twists that we can put on this and really help other people out. And I think that's the important part. It's just the willingness and desire to help other people reach their goals. I'm done. That's it.
Okay, howdy. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so you know that I'm usually like a scattered mess of nothing and everything all at once. So, couple pieces that I want to share about coaching. Um, before I started doing this, I was just Ike and Asher's mom, right? And before I was Ike and Asher's mom, I really was just Tony Stevens' wife. And I didn't really have anything that was mine. So before, and my kids were old enough, they kind of did their own thing, and I didn't really have anything to do. So like in my free time, I would be on Facebook and I would be scrolling through like Matilda Jane groups or Lululemon groups, and I would be spending a crap ton of money, A, that I didn't need to spend, B, on stuff I didn't need, and it wasn't productive. Like I wasn't getting anything out of it, and it just kind of felt empty. And what's happened since I started coaching, I lost a little bit of weight. I've gotten a little bit healthier. But the biggest change in me has really been mentally and emotionally. And I think Amy knows this because she works with me. My overall person is very different. And I'd be quite honest and say a lot of people didn't really like me in the office before. And just like the caterpillar crawls into cocoon and he comes out the butterfly, you can choose at any time that you want to be a different version of yourself. And I recorded a video earlier today and I said, you know what, there are some people that are with us in our life, and some people go to the end, they're forever. And there are some people that only go with us to the next level. And then there are some people that we pick up on the way to the next level. And I feel like that's kind of where we are right now. And I think if you're at the door and you're thinking about, well, maybe I want to be a part of this. Why would I do this? Why wouldn't I do this? Because we have something you can't get anywhere else. You have built-in friendships. You have built-in support. We're not all the same. And we're not all going to do the same thing. We're all going to have like our own style and identity. But at the end of the day, we're all still going to be there together, pushing each other a little bit harder and encouraging each other a little bit more. And as you start to help other people, whatever inside you, whether you have anxiety, whether you have suffered with depression, whether you're suffering with an eating disorder, whether you're just bored, whatever might be going on in you, when you start to help other people, all of that starts to heal. And it's like you start waking up each day and you just wake up smiling a little bit brighter. And you just wake up with a little bit better attitude. And when it comes time to push play, like I haven't worked out yet today. It's 9:28. And I'm like, we got to go because I need to do something. You look forward to it. And that's weird, but it feels really good. So here's a couple of things for coaching, what it is, what it isn't, what I think of it, and where we go from here. Okay. We don't sell anything. Beachbody does not need me. They do not need you. Okay. I cannot sell Shakeology to somebody that does not already see the benefit of taking care of themselves, or somebody that does not want to get healthy. Can't do it. I cannot talk somebody into doing a workout that just is not into it. They don't need me to. Beachbody sells gazillions on their own. What they need me for and what they need you for is to share your story, how you got here, right? Almost everything I talk about every day is about sports, it's about my kids, and it's about being happy, because those are the things that I am trying to reach. So whatever you have going on, like if you have dogs, you're a dog mama. Lindsay has a dog. She's a dog mama. Lindsay's a vegetarian. Are you vegan or vegetarian? I don't know. Asher's a vegetarian, so I talk about that a lot too. So that's her thing. Whatever you have going, those are the people that are going to reach out to you and connect with you. Those people are naturally drawn to you because they're your people. You have something in common. And what you're going to do with those people is you're going to support them, right? You're not going to sell them anything because they want to be with you. They're going to want to come. And, you know, I don't really know, like if I get this amazing lip gloss, I'm going to be all about, look at this cool lip gloss, right? I get these new leggings from Lululemon. I'm all about, look at my new leggings. That's not selling Lululemon or lip gloss or, you know, I got this Smart Water, go buy Smart Water because I like it. That's not what we're doing. We're just sharing what's working for us. And as a coach, we don't represent Beachbody. Beachbody is the tools that we use to get the results. I don't represent Shakeology. Shakeology is what I drink. It gives me more energy. I sleep better. I've had people on our team that have lowered their blood pressure. Tony Stevens used to have acid reflux and he doesn't anymore. He used to take like 6 Advil, Aleve every morning because he had sore knees. He doesn't take it anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't let him eat crap. Maybe. Maybe it's the Shakeology. I can't say one way or the other, but I don't want to find out. I know on days that I don't drink it, I can tell. I can feel it. So we share our story. We don't sell the product. The product sells itself. What we do have to have is an actual desire and passion to help somebody else. Because we're not going to get rich overnight. That's not going to happen. There are very few people that have gotten rich overnight. There is a lot of money in this business. I watched, probably 20 or 30 people walk across the stage in New Orleans in the Millionaires Club. And that was amazing. That was absolutely unbelievable, the way that those people were able to change their families' lives. It was unbelievable at the number of lives that they changed to get there. And it was unbelievable to see that kind of success, right? Because you don't just wake up and it happens. You have to be willing to wake up every day that you don't feel good, every day that you're not, I don't know what to talk about. You got to find something to talk about. You talk about your life. And there's somebody else out there that's like, I am so bored. I don't even have a life. What am I going to do today? And they see you at the Target in the dollar section, and they're like, oh, I like to go to Target. Let me see what's in my dollar section. And now y'all are doing the same thing. It's nothing more than sharing your life. We're kind of like the Kardashians. We have less ass and less money. And we're not pregnant, because I guess they're all pregnant now. I don't know what's happened there. I think really, if you're here, you're interested. So beyond that, if you have an interest and a desire, we have training on how you participate in a challenge group. These challenge groups, majority of the stuff that you see is already done in advance. Kirsten just goes in and plugs it in. It's already prepared. Most of the stuff that I do is done live. Like just before the call started, I went in and typed in my thing for the check-in tonight. When I do videos, that's all done right then. But most of the stuff is already pre-prepped. It's just plugged in and it's ready to go. Challenge groups on our team, we like to run them together. Because if I'm at work all day, Kirsten, she has time to chat. Lindsay has time to chat. And so in the evenings, when Lindsay's making dinner and Kirsten's making dinner, I have time to chat. So it's like built-in support, and we're not alone. That's why it works. The thing about the challenge group, if I know everybody else has posted their shake, I got to drink that shake because I look like a loser. I can't be somebody's example if I don't drink it. And everybody's posting their workout. And if I don't post my workout, somebody may call me out and be like, hey, did you do your workout today? Not going to call me out. I don't want to be left behind. And we have a behind the scenes, the Backstage Pass, where you guys got the link to the call. That's where everything is stored. So we're planning the next group and the next group. So everything's already sitting there. It's already ready. So if you decide to be a coach, it's not like you're out on this island by yourself. You have access to everything we already have. You just start sharing your story. And as people join you, everybody plugs in. Like the challenge group right now is 76 people. I think our last challenge group was maybe 25 or 30. And we've had some that have been like 15. And we've had some that have been like 7 people just hanging on, fighting till the end. And as we grow and we add more coaches, they're going to bring their people, right? And as you bring your people, if we have 300 people in a challenge group, maybe it'll be amazing. Maybe it'll be too clustered and we'll have to break off into 2 separate groups. But until we get there, we're all doing it together. And so nobody has to struggle. Because that's what if it's not fun, if you don't actually enjoy it, it's never going to go anywhere. So if you can't feel it in your heart that you want to be a part of this and you want to make other people smile, then it's not going to happen. Because if I come on here and I say, you should drink Shakeology and you should do yoga and you're going to lose 5 pounds and it's going to be, you're going to like it. You didn't believe that. You didn't believe that at all because I sound boring and I sound like that girl needs a nap. No. But I do actually look like this and act like this all the day long because I am a complete spaz ass. So that is legit. So training. We have training like you would not believe. We have training on what time you should post, where you should post, how you should post. We have training on anything and everything, and it is all self-paced. So if you have 3 hours free and you want to crank through it, you can do that. If you have 20 minutes, you can do just 20 minutes. But if you show up every single day, and every single day on Facebook or on Instagram, if every single day you post something from your heart, so like for me, that's my family, right? If you post something having to do with health, so whether you post your workout selfie or your lunch or a healthy recipe, or you post, hey, I drank my shake. I can't believe how much better I feel. I'm sleeping so much better, whatever. Something from your heart, which is for me, my family. Something about health, which for me is all of those things. And something hopeful. So if you're very spiritual and you want to share that, then that would fall into your hope. If, like for me, my hopeful is that I try to really every day give some kind of inspiration, motivation, something about smiling, something about empowering women to love themselves. If you just cover those 3 things daily, and yours is going to be different, but if it's just health and heart and hope, if you cover those 3 things daily and that's all, it's going to work because it's coming from here and your people are going to feel it. It's that simple. So the training is tons. So don't let training and not knowing what to do be a factor. Cost isn't a factor because you're already drinking Shakeology. You already are on the program. So how many times have you talked to a friend or a family member or a coworker or a neighbor about your shake or about your workout? You're already selling the lifestyle. So now, as an official coach that's trying to build the business, you just start to make money on that. And the making money side of it, I didn't wake up one day and decide that I wanted to be a diamond coach or a 15-star diamond coach or that I wanted to make $1 million. I woke up one day and I said, I want to feel better about me. And in the process, I want to help other people feel better about themselves too. And if that's where you are, then this will work for you. If you're just looking to get rich, I'm going to say you probably want to go with another company, because this is not that. This has to come from your heart in order to work. We have all the details on how you make money. If you're a numbers person, we have all of that. That's not my gig, and we're not going to talk about that tonight, just because I don't want that to be a deciding factor. I want you to feel like I want to be a part of this. I want this kind of fun in this community. And if that's not what you feel, then that's okay too, because it definitely isn't for everyone. It definitely isn't. I do want to say we're not the same. And you don't need to be like me, and you don't need to be like Lindsay, and you don't need to be like Kirsten. You need to be like you. So if you try to come to Facebook or to Instagram and you try to emulate somebody else, and so we do set you up, like follow these folks for some ideas. But if you try to be like other people, it just falls. So you have to be very comfortable being yourself. And I talk about a lot of sketchy, nasty, dirty, icky feeling stuff. And every time I do that, people come and they say, I feel that way too. And that's why it works, because there's so many people that are sad, that are depressed, that have anxiety, that overeat, that binge eat, that take diet pills, that abuse their bodies, and they know it. And everybody's embarrassed about it. But as soon as I talk about it, people come out. So you have to be comfortable being vulnerable, and you have to be comfortable sharing. I know, I'm like the blah, 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 barf. I just puked on you. I'm sorry. That's all. I'm not talking anymore. Does anybody else want to say anything?
I'm trying to.
I know. It's like I just.
All right. I have unmuted everyone, I think.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions? You want to think about it?
Specifically, what would you, specific questions that like, you don't know what it is, right? So what would be a hesitation? What would be something that you think, I really want to do this, but what's your but? And if you don't know, and you want to think about it, I think that, our Backstage Pass is open. And so anybody can post in there. And so as you think of questions, you can say, hey, what about this? And what about this? And okay, I don't know how I feel about this, whatever it may be. And we all have different answers for it. And maybe those will be the answers that you need, and maybe it'll be like, I'm out. Because you're already drinking the shakes, you're already doing the workout, and there's no risk, right? Because the only risk is not doing it. Truly, I mean, you could make $1 million. I mean, I was blown away. I think I had tears because I cry all the time.
And
I
those,
think the best thing is probably just to, like, think about your questions and then like post them in the group, because I'm sure other people will have questions about it too.
yeah, and I have like probably 10 people who that couldn't make it tonight because apparently they're like amazing TV shows on, but I don't watch TV, so I don't know. Megan told me, and then some people were like, I can't make it because that's some series, whatever finale of Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. So anyway, so other people will have questions. We don't want to put anybody on the spot. So, and we're going to continue to post. I'll post a few things tomorrow in the group to kind of be more helpful. I know both of my kids are still awake, and it's almost 10 o'clock, and our bathroom is right next to the garage, and that's what the banging noise was. So they're both still awake. So I got very flustered and probably made no sense. So I apologize. But I will be posting more stuff tomorrow.
So let's cover that, right? I am like 90% of the time a total disaster. Like I am usually a complete spaz ass. And majority of the pictures that I post, I look like a lunatic, right? And like I'll post pictures and videos of myself crying. And people get that because we're normal, right? We are not, like I'm not Pamela Anderson, and I'm not gonna be perfectly made up all the time. A lot of times I don't have any makeup on. My hair is usually piled on top of my head, and a lot of times I'm sweaty because we're normal. And so please don't think, like Kirsten just said, she was all scatterbrained because the kids were doing whatever, but we're still doing it. Right? We're still making it happen, and we're still changing people's lives because we're just being us. So don't feel like you need to be perfect and you need to be, nobody wants that. That's intimidating. People don't like that. People want to look at somebody and work with somebody that they relate to. Normal freaking people. Not,
sorry.
People that cry love me.
This is about to cut out for some reason. It's telling me that our session is expiring because we've been on here for 45 minutes.
Oh.
So just a heads up, because it took me forever to figure it out. That's why. So I apologize.